Hello friends, welcome to Coding Droplets C# tutorial. So in this video, we are going to see how we can serialize, deserialize JSON string and JSON objects. So also we are going to see what are some kind of attributes that we can use along with C# classes in order to serialize and deserialize JSON objects. So please subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed it yet, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you will get notified once we upload new videos. And please like the video if you are enjoying it. So let us start the session now. So here now I have opened a sample application. This is a simple console application. So in this application we will be showing all about JSON, serialization, deserialization, all those stuffs. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install one library from NuGet packages. So I'm just choosing manage NuGet packages, and so you can see now there are no libraries installed in this application. So I'm just searching for Newtonsoft. Oh, okay, it is there in the list itself. So okay, Newtonsoft.json. This is a very famous library which we can use to manage JSON objects. Okay, so it is getting installed in the application. Yeah, now it got installed. So I'm just changing the tab to installed, so you can see now that library got installed. Fine. So now showing the demo. First I'm creating a class, private class, say customer. Okay, so I'm just giving an attribute named serializable here, and inside the customer we are having a string customer name. Then we have a string email. Then now we have two strings here. Okay, let us have an integer variable. So hint age. Okay, so now that is also fine. And another variable what we can use is decimal. Okay, but what variable we can use? Okay, anyway, this is for a demo purpose, so I'm just using total sales. So just assume that here we are showing the total, the amount of total sales done by this customer. Okay, so now we have string, integer, decimal. Then okay, we have one more variable, that is a daytime. Final invoice, or okay, I'll do one thing, final purchase date. So just we are assuming this variable stores the date on which the customer had made a purchase. Okay, fine. So we have an object here, or we have created a class here, customer. Okay, now we are creating a list of customers. So I'm naming it as customers is equal to new list of customer. Fine. So it is having a new customer. I'm just inserting some values into it. So the first customer name is John. Oh, sorry. And his age is 33. His email address is John @ say, yeah, okay, gmail.com. Okay, fine. Now total sales done by this customer. So this is a decimal variable. So for total sales I am giving some values, say 4,000. Okay, Now final purchase date, I'm creating a new date object. So new date of 2021, and today is 2021 March 29. So okay, I'm giving the same date here. Fine. So now we have one customer here. I'm just copying it and creating another one. So the name of the second customer is George, and here his age is 32, for example. So his email address is george@gmail.com, and his total price is total sales is 6,000, and final purchase date is February 12. Okay, fine. Now I'm creating one more customer. So his name is Peter, and his age is 28, and his email ID is peter@gmail.com, and his total sales is 2,000, and final purchase date I'm doing it as January 10th. Okay, so now we have now we have 3 customers in our customer list. So this is a collection of customers in which the 3 different customer data is there. Now I need to convert this data into a JSON string. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm declaring a new variable, customer JSON is equal to, now here we can use JSON convert. Okay, so now it will show an error. So what we can do is, if we click here, it will show that we have to use Newtonsoft.json. So I'm just clicking that. Okay, json.convert.serialize object of, and here I'm just providing the customer list. Okay, now in the console application, I'm just printing the value of customer JSON. So customer console.writeline of customer JSON, and finally I'm giving console.read key. Okay, so I'm running the application now. Now let's see how we are getting the JSON format. So you can see here, I'll do one thing. I will copy this and paste it in a notepad. Okay, so this is how now the value is coming. So here we can see it is a list or an array. Okay, inside that we have multiple records. So the first one is customer name, John, email, and age. Everything has came here, and see the date format. So the date has been formatted like this. Okay, so in the same way, the second record and the third record has been converted to a JSON. So completely it is showing in a JSON format. Okay, this is how we can convert an object to a JSON string. Okay, fine. Now I'm just copying this. I'm just closing that. Now, so now we got how we can convert an object or a list to a JSON format. Now, I will show you one more thing. Say here I'm having one single data, where customer 1 is equal to new customer of, and here I'm just copying the values from here. Okay, and instead of Peter, I'm giving some other name. Say what name I can give. James. Okay, and the age is 20. James@gmail.com, and total sales is some 1,500. And final purchase date, I'm giving it as February 15th. Okay. Now I'm just converting this particular object to JSON. So previously I have shown how we can convert a list of object. Now I am just converting a single object to a JSON. Now I will show you how it works. So I'm running the application. So now you can see it will show like this. I'm just copying this to the notepad. Yes. So here you can see the object is a JSON string. So this is how we can convert an object or a list. Fine, hope you got the point. Now let me go to deserializing JSON string. Okay, fine. So in order to show that, what I'm doing is I'm not removing this, let it be there in order to show the demo. Now first I'm just serializing this here. Okay, I'm just creating a breakpoint here, and what I need to do is I need to copy that JSON string, and now we are going to deserialize this JSON string. So I'm just opening Notepad and copying it here. Okay, fine. Now leave all these things, we don't need this. So var JSON string is equal to, now we are going to paste the JSON string here. So here we know that we have a double inverted comma here, so we need to escape that. So in order to escape that, I'm using a slash before this double inverted comma. Now I'm replacing all the double quotes with slash double quote. Okay, fine. So that is done now. Now copying it and pasting it here. So you can see now there is a string, that is a JSON string. Okay, now we don't need this. This is for serializing that. Now what I'm doing here is var, I'm naming it as customer list. I think we already have customer list, so I'm naming it as customer list 2 is equal to JSON convert dot deserialize object. Now here we can mention the type of the deserialized object. So here we know this JSON string will return a list of customers. Okay, so what we can do is the data type is list of customer. Okay, and here I'm giving JSON string. Fine. Now let us check whether we are receiving the list of customers in this customer list 2 variable. So I'm running the application now. Sorry, some error happened somewhere. I think sorry, it was here actually. So here customer JSON. Okay, we don't need this. Fine. Now let us check how it will return the values. So I have created a breakpoint here. Fine. Now we are going to check what is in the customer list. So we can see that there are 3 objects in customer list. So all are the customer type, and here we can see we have we got the same data what we have in our JSON string. Okay, so here the first data, the first customer is John at gmail.com. 4,000 is the total sales, and age is 33, and even the daytime is 29 March 2021. So we got the exact deserialized values here. So you can see now this is of George and this is of Peter, so everything works fine. In the same way, if we are using if we are using a single object, deserializing a single object, and we are using the same JSON string here, it will convert to a single object. I will show you just now. So var customer JSON is equal to JSON. I'm just serializing this object, customer 1, okay, just for copying the value or copying the JSON string. Okay, so now I'm copying this from here. Fine, and we don't need this now, so I'm pasting it here. Okay, now I'm removing this customer JSON what we have created now. Now instead of this, okay, I have removed it completely. Now the JSON string what we need is the new one which we have copied. So I'm just replacing the double quotes with slash double quotes, so it will escape the double quotes from the string. Okay, fine. Now I'm pasting it here. So now the JSON string is a single customer record, and here we are deserializing with type list of customer, but we know this is not a list of customer, this is a single customer, so we don't need list here. I'm removing it completely. So now JSON convert.deserialize object of customer of JSON string. Okay, fine. Now let us check by running the application. So see here now, customer list. See, we got a single customer object, and it is having the same values what we have in our JSON string. So it is completely deserialized, and we got the values here. Fine. Now we are going to see an attribute that we can use in the model class for formatting, or we can say for giving some custom names in the JSON string. So this Newtonsoft.json is in that library we can use an attribute named JSON property. Okay, so this comes under Newtonsoft.json. So here what I can do is I can give a property name. I will show you now. So instead of customer name, what I'm doing is I am giving it like this, customer underscore name. Okay, and instead of email, I'm using email completely in lowercase, and for age, I'm using age in completely in lowercase. Instead of total sales, I'm giving it like this, and for final purchase date, 5. Okay, now let us remove all this. First I'm serializing the list. Okay, so here we are serializing the customer list here. Okay, customers, and let us see how the JSON value is coming. I'm just creating a breakpoint here so we can copy it to the notepad. Okay, so I'm copying it from here and pasting it in the notepad. Now we can see instead of our object customer name, now it is coming as customer underscore name, whatever the JSON property what we have given here. So while serializing, the library will use the JSON property value or the property name what we have used here in order to serialize this particular element. So here in email, it has used email completely in lowercase, and here you can see purchase date, total sales, everything it has used the JSON property value what we have used. Now while deserializing, I will show you that as well. So I'm just replacing the double quotes. Fine. Now I'm copying this in order to show you the deserialization method. Fine. Now I'm declaring a variable here, JSON string is equal to, okay, I have pasted it here. So now you can see now what we have pasted is it contains customer underscore name, email, then age, total sales. Everything is different from the normal element names. Okay. Now we are going to deserialize this value or this JSON string. So I'm just removing this and var customer list 2 is equal to JSON convert dot deserialize object. Then I'm giving the data type is list of customer file of JSON string 5. Now let us check whether we are getting the values correctly. I'm running the application. It has not thrown any error messages, and you can see it has returned 3 customer elements or 3 customer objects, and here we have received same customer name, age, email, and all those details in the same object. Okay, so here it automatically converted customer underscore name to customer name, and all in all objects it has returned in the same way. So while deserialization also, this library will auto convert the JSON property, this value. So in the JSON string, we should have the JSON property value as the field names, and while deserializing, it will get auto converted to the normal objects. So this is how we can use serialization and deserialization using JSON convert or Newtonsoft JSON library. And here we can read the JSON string from different methods. Now I have just hard-coded it here, but if you need to read it from a file or from anywhere, you can do that. If you read it from a file, you can just use I'll just show you now. JSON string is equal to file. File will be under system.io namespace, file.read all text. Then you can just provide the file path here. So if you have this JSON string in a file, automatically you can get the complete JSON string in this variable using file.read all text here, and you can convert into a normal class object. So hope you got the logic. If you have any doubts, please don't hesitate to comment to the video. We will be replying it as soon as possible. And also you can comment your feedbacks. We are glad to hear from you. So subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notified when we upload new videos. And hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video. See you in the next video. Thank you all.